Excited 200.
Yeah.
We're not doing 13 questions today, my boy. Today we're gonna flip the script, man, and break down a legendary song. Put that on the dub. So, a lot of people probably don't know. A lot of people do know. Put that on the dub. For the viewers, if you don't know what we're talking about, stop the video now. Pause the video and go type in. Put that on the dub on YouTube so you can figure out what the fuck we're talking about. And when you're done, come back and check us out so we can get the full understanding of what we're talking about. So Put That on the Dub was a song that came out, it's been 9 years now. 9 years. And to a lot of people, pretty much, well, to the world, that was their introduction to West Vallejo tunes and Bay Recon. Right? Put That on the Dub. When people say Put That on the Dub, what's the first thoughts that come to your mind?
That's just basically the beginning of everything for me. We're doing music before that, obviously, but like I feel like that's the thing that really put things in motion as far as putting that real stamp right here in the Bay Area, and not just the Bay Area, but Northern California in general, for letting people know that there are Southsiders up here and people who are living a different life other than what they think that it is. Like usually when people out of state or even sometimes down south, like there's people who don't even know that there's homies up here down south. They think that everybody up here is a northerner that bangs, you know, something different.
Right.
And yeah. I feel like that video is what opened up a lot of people's eyes, which is why it got so much attention. Half of them views are probably from the opposition, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, before we get into that, because yeah, that was a topic or something I was going to talk about. So, I don't know, it crossed my mind, dude. That song is legendary, so I thought it would be dope if you come on here and we talk a bit about it and break it down, and, you know, a little, some behind the scenes details and stuff about that song. So, how did that song come about? Whose idea was it? How did it get started?
So that song is, that was originally a song being worked on by Young Flocks, which is the homie Flocko. And it was gonna be that was gonna be his solo song.
All right.
And I remember heading to their studio. They were right there in the Crest and shit. And I remember walking in and Flocko was sitting down and he was already writing the hook. Hat tilt back so we know where we at. You feel me? So like, and he was spitting it to me. I was like, man, that's just fucking clean. He's like, you want to hop on this fool? I was like, I was gonna do it by myself, but the beat's kind of long, and I'm all like, fuck y'all, hop on this shit, dog. And then even the verse that I fucking put on there wasn't even something that like I wrote on the spot. Like that verse is something that I had wrote in Fout Springs a couple years before.
Oh shit.
It's a recycled verse that I didn't even get to use.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, damn. So you held on to it for a long time, didn't that verse, huh? That's what's up. So then that's Flocks. He did the hook and his verse. You did your verse, and how did Joker get in there? So
Joker got into it. Matt Joker, but we all know him as Joker. He hopped on there, and this was after because he was already doing music for people who don't know.
Yeah.
But Yogi, him, and Rhino, you know, they were already stepping into the scene for Volume 2. And that's where everything really started getting cracking as far as us being a group and stuff. And he was just delivering some dope ass shit in Spanish that ain't nobody was doing at the time. I feel like nobody in Vallejo was doing any raps like him in Spanish at all. Nah. And he's very lyrical and he's very precise. And when he hopped on that thing, it was just like it was a dope combination. And I feel like that's what attracted viewers as well, because we look different. We're up here already showing people like, hey, this is something unordinary for people to see Southsiders up here. And on top of that, you got some lyrical motherfucker on there that's fucking representing in Spanish.
No, it caught everybody off guard. It caught motherfuckers' attention, definitely. That was off of the Volume 2, right?
Yeah.
West Vallejo Tunes Volume 2.
Yeah.
Was that your guys' first video?
That was our first video, yeah. First one that we ever did. And you know, that was a shout out to you. You feel me? Because you shot us Gunny. That shot the
was
video.
it?
Yeah, it was Gunny that shot it.
I thought it was.
And he came with another shooter.
Yeah.
They were getting us from 2 different angles.
Right.
And they came through and they did their thing on it.
Shout out Gunny.
Yeah.
I remember he didn't know what to expect. We was on the block thick as fuck. There was all kinds of shit going on. Him and his partner was tripping, and he didn't even put his name, his logo on the video.
Yeah.
He didn't. Yeah. He wasn't sure what the reaction was gonna be, so he was like, "I'm gonna keep my logo off of this."
He did after with a couple more videos that he did for us after,
right.
But for that one mainly he didn't.
Yeah.
And
he regretted it though. He told me he should have, because that was his best video he ever did as far as views goes.
And for people that don't know, there is so much footage that's not even in there. There's a lot of footage that is not in there. Like we got Flacco like fucking driving down the block, sitting on top of his hood, like going yeah, like on his fucking Tahoe and shit when he had that. Fucking man, we had so much footage that he couldn't even fit in there.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. I remember it was a lot going on that day. We were thick on the block, and it's funny though because you read the comments and people are like, "Oh, these fools in the train tracks and shit." They don't realize that's part of our neighborhood. The train tracks run through our neighborhood. We wasn't doing nothing but just posted, in our hood. Mm-hmm. And so I revisited the video. I go back to the video every now and then, every few years, whatever, right? And there's a gang of norteños in the comments showing love, giving props. It's a trip. People really, from all over, people really, even Adam Ivy commented on the song. Yeah. So that was a trip.
That beat was produced by Adam Ivy. I didn't know until later, like where I started like, because remember when you first talked to me, I was like, okay, I didn't start like really buying beats until later, and you start recognizing the people who make the beats.
Right.
So in the beginning, you just know that that's a tag on it. You ain't really tripping. But I decided, because I was like, man, we need to make some more bangers from like what he made. So I typed him up, and I follow him on YouTube and shit, and I be looking at what he be talking about. He does like YouTube growth and shit like that now. Yeah. But and it was his same channel that he posts shit like that commented on put that on the dub and said produced by Adam Ivy. Yeah. So then I got access to the Bay Recon account, so I went ahead and I added that into there just to make sure that he gets his credit, because I mean it takes work to make beats and do all that shit, and that's a fucking banger.
Right, and I'm glad that it was able to stay on there and not be one of them issues to where, oh man, you guys didn't pay for this or whatever, to fuck around and they pull it off of YouTube.
Well, at the same time, that's a good promo for him. It's a song that fucking made over 1 million views. Right. His tag is on it. That's reverting people to him. So that would actually be a dumb play for him to do that.
Yeah, well, some people be tripping.
Some people be,
Okay,
tripping.
So West Vallejo Tombs album, what was the name of that album?
I think that one was just a volume 2. There was no actual name to it.
And no video for the first one?
No, not for the first mixtape. Yeah. So it was just West Vallejo Tunes mixtape volume 1, and then we did volume 2, and then when we did volume 3, that's when we named it The Takeover, where we started getting a little bit. Right? Yeah, where we try to get a little bit more technical with it.
Okay, so you guys put out the album. Was a mixtape, I guess, technically, right? Because you can't even find that shit on.
Yeah, no, right? Yeah, those are all beats that we were just fucking around and grabbing and just rapping on, because at that time we weren't focused on like doing this music the right way. We were just
get it out.
We're focusing on the streets and doing the music shit as like a fun way to vent, getting together on some kicking it shit. Like almost every song that we made on there, we were kicking it, drinking, and just writing to beats that we found.
Did you think Put That on the Dub was better or any more special than any of the other songs on that volume 2?
Yeah. Because it just the amount of energy that it held in there is very different. Because you got Flox right there, really saucy, and I came through, did my thing. I sound nothing like that now. Yeah. But it was different to people's ears and shit. And then like I said, you got Matt Joker that went and did his thing in Spanish.
So whose idea was it to do a video for it?
I think that was Flox again. Yeah. Yeah, Young Flox, and then Sergio had just got out of prison. So he like made it into the video barely. Yeah, he had just got out of prison.
People wonder like, how come he's not on the song?
Yeah, because he was in prison when we made it. So like when we did the video, he just pulled up Because that's when he had long hair. That's when he first got his long hair, because he grew his hair out in prison and shit.
Yeah, that's right. That's funny. Okay, so the video, we make the video comes out, and shit goes kind of wild.
Yeah, we started getting a lot of love and a lot of hate as well.
A lot of attention too, right?
A lot of attention. I remember that I was on probation at the time, and I was always going in and out of jail for the stupidest shit, like kicking it with the homies, like not even catching cases. I was just in and out of county, seeing the same motherfuckers there for cases. They're like, damn, you here again, Silent? I was like, yeah, I'm fucking here, dog. They're like, damn, fool, what'd you do this time? I was with the homies. They're like, damn, dog, what the fuck? Stupid. But it's like, you feel me? It was a hard situation for me because I lived on the block and that's where all the homies went. So it's like, I was always catching a violation. But what I'm trying to say is I got a violation for that fucking video because I'm with all of the homies. Yeah. You feel me?
That was violating your probation?
Straight violation, dog. They came and raided my house for that shit. They took me in for some petty ass shit that they found in there, like a letter from one of the homies. Just because of the video.
I remember getting calls from family out of like different towns, like different, you know, Frisco, from other places, be like, hey, you know, like that shit was on everybody's radar, a lot of people's radar, and it got a lot of attention. What was going on? So once that video came out, what was it like on the streets after that video?
I feel like it was very active.
Yeah.
Because like I said, motherfuckers gonna hate. Yeah. And it's not like nobody knew where the block was in Vallejo. Like everybody slid through right there.
Exactly.
And me living there with my moms, I had to suffer all the fucking consequences because I got shot at in front of my fucking house. Then I'm getting my house raided, and then I got the fucking homies right there. So it's just all hands in. You just right there dealing with whatever. And at the time when we did the video, I'm not thinking of anything. I'm just thinking that's a video on YouTube, and yeah, we did something. We focused on other shit. And then later, we finally noticed, like, I don't fucking know, like when it was getting close to a mil, we're like, hey, damn, that song is doing some fucking numbers.
Yeah, that shit didn't stop, right?
We just left it alone. We were focused on doing the next thing and just like doing our thing. And then I say a couple years after we dropped it, it's just like we started looking back like, hey, dog, that fucking video is doing numbers. It's almost at 1 mil right now. Right.
So it hit 1 mil when? What would you say?
I would say it was like 3.5, 4 years after we dropped it. Yeah. So it was getting about 250,000 a year.
Crazy, and it's still going. It's still going. And so what it did, that video did, man, it put a light on Vallejo, on the homies and shit, and a lot of people loved that shit, and a lot of people hated it. The way I see it was like they was in denial, and they didn't want to accept that was the representation of what Vallejo was looking like. You know, they didn't want that.
Nope.
And they was embarrassed of that, and they felt like they had to, you know what I'm saying, change that. But we already knew, you know, it's just a lot of people on the outside looking in didn't know what the fuck time it was. So, you know, a lot of motherfuckers was like, you know, embarrassed by it and felt disrespected by it, and it was a trip, man. But that video's still growing. It's still fucking growing. A lot of people always ask, I'm pretty sure people always ask you too, because I've heard it 2 people ask, what's up with a part 2? Will there ever be a part 2? I'm saying, for what?
Yeah, I mean, you could never redo something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like, that's like saying you trying to reinvent the wheel, right? That's what got us moving. You know, the whole thing is to, you know, keep that right there as our foundation. That's what fucking made us to where we're at right now. That's what really got me booming and got everybody booming from Bay Recon as far as West Vallejo Tunes. And I mean, nothing would be where it is today if it wasn't for Put That on the Dub. As far as all of the artists that we have got on since then, like when you talk to all these kids, because they're all younger than me, I'm about to be 30 in October. Okay. Everybody that has been coming on is like in their early 20s, you know, barely turning 20 or something like that, and they're just like, hey, I grew up on fucking hearing this, and that, and whatever. And I'm like, and Put That on the Dub is in their top, you know, top 5. They're all like, man, I remember when you guys did that, we were bumping that shit everywhere we were going.
That shit changed the game. for this genre, I would say. For the Bay Area, for like upstate, up north, it's never been done before. People are gonna say whatever they can say, but numbers don't lie.
Yeah, there's no video of no homies doing any music, especially at that caliber. Like as far as motherfuckers that actually rap,
Right.
like know how to rap and put words together. Out there on YouTube, at that time, even before that, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we're the first ones to do it, dog.
I wonder even if now people are hitting 1 million here and there, but Put That on the Dub definitely set that bar.
Yeah.
You know, so
No,
you mentioned it, not to cut you off, but I was gonna ask you too. So would you say that once that video came out, that definitely like changed your life as far as music goes?
Yeah, it did, because I remember being on probation, being violated, and as I'm being taken in, like seeing my PO, and she was like, yeah, I was walking in because I have to come see you because your dumb ass is locked up, but I heard somebody rapping and I was nodding my head, and when I walked by the room, I seen these young detectives that were being trained and that they were looking at Put That on the Dub, and she said she seen me rapping on there. And she's like, I didn't know you made music. Yeah, you're pretty good. I'm all like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is weird. Like, I'm over here in jail. My probation officer is giving me a compliment about how good my music is.
She was being sarcastic. Maybe.
Maybe.
See, but people don't realize that. See, they watching.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching. Keep incriminating yourselves in these videos, and
Watch everything.
gonna learn the hard way. I just want to say real quick, shout out to everybody that was on Put That on the Dub, the homies that's still down, that was all in all the West Vallejo Tune album. Shout out to Lil Seti and Flox, and for those asking and for those always wondering, the homies are just focused on their business right now, man. They're just doing their business thing. They're being young entrepreneurs, and they're handling their business, trying to focus on being successful businessmen. That's what they're on right now, you know. So shout out to them, and shout out to everybody that was a part of that song. Shout out to Gunny. Shout out to Gunny for doing the video.
Yeah, Gunny made that happen for sure, man.
Yeah, it was dope. Yeah, like I said, I would get calls and shit. Everybody knows that video in the genre, people that are familiar. But with that being said, is there anything about Put That on the Dub or about that time that you want to speak on, or anything you want to address? That I know.
I mean, just for youngsters that are doing music,
Yeah.
just know to keep doing that shit, keep grinding, because it only takes that one song to start a buzz up.
Yeah.
But just know you got to set the bar pretty high, because Put That on the Dub set the ground rules for, hey man, you know,
Yeah.
shit is booming right here,
Right.
and we booming. So now it's like, now the bar is higher than what it was. So for motherfuckers out there doing music and you doing videos, don't try to copy what we did. Try to do something different, because there is no copying what we've done already. Because
Right.
now that's everywhere. I see videos that are kind of almost trying to be like Put That on the Dub, even with the same two-way stop sign thing in the background. There's no copying it. Be original, and try to do something that you know is very authentic to you and your people and what you represent. And you know, you have a higher chance of booming that way.
That's true. Originality, but unfortunately these days, motherfuckers don't. They want to go with what sells, what makes money, what gets views and stuff. So hopefully, you know, people keep coming with some originality, some good music, and put some dope product out there, man, for the people, man. That'll be dope. Right on, big dog. I appreciate it, man. If anybody, people watching this, if you guys have any questions, man, put it in the comment section. Or hit signing up in his Instagram, hit me up in my Instagram, and we'll try to get those answers for you, man. You know, I try to cover somewhat. Obviously, not all the people that were involved in the song are here, but you know, we're trying to, you know, give y'all shed a little light on that song, man. Put That on the Dub, legendary song, man. Thank you to everybody that's been that listened to that song, that supported that song, and that fucked with that song and the video, man. The homies, they really appreciate that. Any last words, big dog?
I just dropped a new single. It's called Mayday. It's with Big E out of Oxnard. Go ahead and check that shit out. It's on all digital platforms.
That's what's up. Right on.